Welcome to entering an opportunity into Salesforce for outside sales reps. This morning we're going to discuss putting in the opportunity so that the CSR or your inside person can enter a quote for you. Actually, you can put in opportunities for follow-up, even if it's not to a quote stage yet, something that you guys are discussing, you and your customer. It could be a follow-up to, hey, we're thinking about getting some gas monitors or for some SCBAs, whatever the case is, just a way for you to keep track of discussions that you've had with your customers, and that it shows what your meetings were about and things like that. So here's a little blurb about what's looking to be accomplished. You can pause the video, look this over, see what everything talks about. Really, it's about tracking for the sales reps. We want to see where your opportunities are laying, either in the quote stage or maybe it's just analysis where, again, they're talking about getting something, and that way it helps you do a follow-up maybe in a couple days or a week, a month, whatever your discussion was about, as to where they're at in purchasing some upcoming equipment, or even possibly renting, service, whatever the case may be. It just is a good tool for you to keep track of your customers and to figure out what's coming up. So again, if you want to pause this, read down through it, go right ahead. Now we're going to, now you can see that we've went to our contact. In this example, we're just going to use Test Premier for this, and we're going to go over here to the opportunities. We're going to click New in just a second. You're going to need to know the account number. Typically, your account number will be under the account name. If you just put your cursor over, it'll highlight, and it's going to show you what the account number is. You can highlight this, write it down, or just remember it. Then we're going to click New. Search opportunities. If it's something that you've done before, typically it would show up over here if the opportunity has already been created, so you wouldn't have to worry about searching it. We're going to go down here. We're going to click New. We're going to give it an opportunity name. This customer is looking for a 5X and a CalDoc kit. Search accounts. This is where that number comes in handy. Either that, or you can type in the account name, test. And the only issue with that is it brings up, if you had huge customers, Ford, GM, whatever the case is, it's going to bring up a lot. So that's where it comes in a little tricky to know which account to put it under. That's why I usually try to look under the account name, see what the account number is, and then put it in there, and then it just comes right up. We'll hit Enter. Test Premier. And then that puts it into the right account. That can also be edited later. In case you don't know, your CSR can do it, but this is existing business. If it's a brand new customer that you've not done business with before, you can do it as new business, but this is somebody that we've worked with before, so it's going to be existing. Channel, this is sales. Approximate close date, was a customer anxious, ready to go, or was it just budgetary type deal? Estimate the best you can as to when this might close. Again, this is used for reporting, so that they can see maybe what's coming up, so managers can see what's coming up in the month. What stage is it? Open and needs analysis, or ones that are not to a quote yet, and it's just, again, something you're talking about. Hey, in a few weeks, I'm trying to figure out if I want to get this or get that. I'm still looking at it. So that would be open and needs analysis. And that way you can follow up with the customer and let them know, hey, remember we were talking about getting these new Altair 5Xs? Where are we at in doing that? And then you could change it to a quote and then send it off to your CSR. But in this instance, we're going to set it up as a quote. We're going to click these other things down here at the bottom we don't need to fill out yet. We're going to click Save. Save again. Now it brings up the opportunity over here. We're going to click on the opportunity. As you can see, we're in the quote stage. We're going to set up a new task. I'm sorry. We're going to go to details. And we're going to make sure everything is correct. Close date, set up to a quote. So we're good there. Now we're going to go back to the activity. We're going to set up a new task. And the subject, the task is going to be something that's emailed to your CSR so they know kind of what's coming up or what you guys may discuss here in a little bit. So in this one, the subject's going to be quote 5X in CalDoc. When's it due? Typically, you want it done the same day. If it's towards the end of the day, you could push it out until the next day, but usually you want to get those quotes done every day. Assigned to, we're going to change that. We're going to X out Dimitri because he's going to assign it to his inside person. And when you assign it to a person like this, what's going to happen is it's going to be emailed off to the person that it's assigned to so they can see that they've got something to do. And we don't need a name because it's already in here under our customer test premiere. We're going to click Save. And now what will happen is that'll be sent off to your inside person. They'll get an email from you, just like this one. It says that there's a new task to me from Dimitri, what the subject is, and if I click on the blue hyperlink, it'll actually bring me right to this opportunity, which is pretty nice. You don't have to go searching for it. It'll just, again, bring you right there. So typically, Dimitri will give me a call, let me know, hey, I sent you this task. Let's talk about it. You know, if there's any type of discounts that they want to give, or maybe the guy only needs a 34-liter cylinder of gas instead of a 58, what the details of it, instead of typing everything out. But this puts the opportunity into the system. And again, it allows for the reportability of it to see how many quotes you have open. Is it in a negotiation stage? Is it just in needs analysis? It's a really nice tracking tool to see where you're at with everybody and to keep your customers at the forefront of your thoughts, I guess. To let them know, hey, I got to make a phone call, or, oh, I remember this quote or this opportunity. I got to give this guy a call and find out what's going on. From the opportunity, you can always go back to the contact you need to get their phone number or whatever, it's going to be up in this area. Really, that is it for the sales reps and opportunities. If you have any other questions, talk to your branch manager, another Salesforce person, maybe an administrator if you've got any questions on how to do that. But I think most of your branch managers are going to understand. We've talked about it a lot, and what the opportunities are out there for, and why the OSR needs to be setting these up. Because what's going to happen is your CSR is going to come in. They're now going to do a quote for you if that's what needs to be done. They're going to take this opportunity ID and link it to the quote in Prelude, and then everything will sync over into this area for your follow-up, so you know what was quoted, pricing, information, details, stuff like that. And then you can do your appropriate follow-up. So typically after a quote is done, you want to follow up the day after, make sure the customer received the quote, talk about any questions they have, and if they're still not ready to pull that trigger, then set up a reminder to call them maybe in a week, 2 weeks. You could ask your customer, hey, can I call you back in a week and see where we're at with this? Or they may give you a different idea. Hey, call me back in a month. I got to run this up the chain of command and see what we're going to do, and it's going to take me a little bit. But it gives you an opportunity to set another activity and a task for follow-up to yourself or to your CSR to get that done. And again, follow up with your customers. So CSRs can also do follow-up. The important thing is that when you do the follow-up, you do a task or an activity about it and log a call or whatever. That way, both of you aren't hitting this guy or this girl up at the same day and frustrating the customer. So if you're calling or emailing them, please remember to do that activity, log a call, and that you did follow up on quote, maybe what your discussion was about, and then was it a phone call or was it an email that you did? Typically, you want to do a phone call. It's just nice that person to person. If you get their voicemail, send them a quick email. But do that, and that way both you and your CSR are not hitting the person up on the same day. So again, if you have any questions, talk to your branch manager, talk to another person that works with Salesforce, your CSR. We're all pretty knowledgeable about it. So if you have any other questions, let us know. Thanks, and have a great day.